Hi, my name is Chuck Palm. I'm married, a father of two, and we love Halloween. I mean, really love Halloween.
Too close.
I ran community haunted houses for years, and to this day, we hold a big Halloween party where we all dress up. I haunt my yard with creations and past costumes that I call my yard monsters. I make a living as a computer engineer and internet marketer, and I do voiceovers, I create video content for websites, and sometimes I get to do makeup for them as well. I started in makeup about 16 years ago when I heard a Star Trek convention was coming to town. My friends and I wanted to go in costume, so being the haunted house guy in the neighborhood, they asked if I would help make them into characters for the show. I've always really loved the Klingons and other aliens that Mr. Westmore has created, so I made a point to learn how this was done. I bought a starter foam latex kit from Berman Foam, and I met Sandra Berman, who was most helpful. I had enough left over that year to create another favorite character of my childhood, the Planet of the Apes. Each year, the Frau and I would come up with themes that we could do to create new costumes for Halloween and make new yard monsters. And pretty soon, we had to start getting ready for Halloween in August. The yard monsters grew in size, shape, and complexity, and then things started to really take off. See, I've always wanted to do zombie makeup, so for one client we did Dual Saw vs. Zombies. Once word spread, I was asked to help in a local independent zombie film. And being a huge fan of the undead, how could I say no? I met some wonderful people on the set and had a great time with my daughter helping assist me the whole time. It's my wish one day to be able to do practical effects and makeup full time, and hopefully have my daughter follow in my footsteps one day. Here's just a little bit about me and how I got into makeup. I first started sculpting when I was probably about 9-10 years old. Mom had some of that green foam clay that you make flower arrangements with, and I used to carve little characters out of it, so that's my first experience with it. We were always big fans of Halloween when I grew up in Chicago area, and we started making Halloween displays as early as I can remember. My mom used to make little stuffed dummies, and we put them out on the porch with pumpkins and stuff, and maybe a knife in the head. The first characters that I sculpted for foam latex were Klingons. We were always big fans of Star Trek and sci-fi, so the wife and I decided one year we were going to do Klingons. And I had some buddies that wanted to do the Star Trek convention, so I made characters for them too. In fact, I made a Cardassian, which was one of my first ones that had more than one piece, more than the headpiece. And I also made my own unique character that looked like it was in the series called a Rhinellian. It's a blue guy with horns coming out of his head and double noses, so kind of a fun sculpt for my first attempt. When we started making yard monsters, I had some medical skeletons, and I put one inside of a mummy's wrap, and then I just decided what the heck, we'd make a full body out of it and stick it in the front yard, so that's how we started creating yard monsters out of either old costumes or old props. I think the hardest one I did was either a toss-up between the Ferengi, which was multiple pieces and a very difficult makeup for an amateur, and this one that I'm doing now, Allegor. That's a kind of a new experience for me, is putting multiple pieces together and having more than just one mask or more than one facial appliance to put on. Allegor is kind of a dark elf / demon character that I'm mixing up some of the genre and putting some armor on him and maybe some little effects to go with it, but I like the demon horns and real pronounced makeups. Allegor kind of came from the Thor, the second movie, and the Cursed, because I love Thor. It's one of my favorite Marvel characters, comic book characters when I was a kid. So Thor, obviously I've done that before, but I really wanted to do something that was kind of more modern and use some of the different techniques that I've never used before. Nerd.
How long have you been working on it?
I've put about 2 hours into the sculpting of it so far, and probably maybe half done. I'm going to finish up the sculpt today and start casting it tonight. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks. This next sequence is the creation of Allegor, my demon dark elf. I've always wanted to do a demon, and dark elves are big this year thanks to Thor, so here it goes. Okay, here it is, application phase, and mask is done, the helmet is done, and my face is about to get done. So let's crack open the kit and get started, shall we?